Yesterday, I talked with Leonard Nimoy, or as he is better known to Star Trek devotees, Mr. Spock, commander on board the Starship Enterprise. You know, I've always wanted to tour that trusty spaceship that's gone where no spaceship has gone before. You too? Well, it's docked at Paramount Studios in Hollywood, and Leonard Nimoy told me the sure way to get on board would be to stand up and say just one word: energize.
It worked. Scotty. Scotty. Oh, is this great?
Well, it's a great pleasure to welcome you aboard, lassie.
So this is the Starship Enterprise.
Aye? Should I give you a wee tour of the rest of the ship?
Oh, I would love that. Where are we going? This is great.
I must explain that every floor has a different color, so we know exactly where we are at any one time. But now, I would really like you to have a visit with Dr. McCoy. He's a grand person, and why don't we just send you in there with him?
To sick bay?
To sick bay.
Okay,
Right.
I'll go chat for a while.
All
I'll
right,
catch
love.
up with you, okay?
I'm not a magician, Spock, just an old country doctor.
I would describe him as basically as they say, a country doctor. A guy who happens to be on board this ship for some secretive reason, who disagrees with all the modern futuristic type of thing that is coming ahead, that he likes to get back to the old bedside manner.
Do you know what you get if you feed a tribble too much? A fat tribble. No, you got a whole bunch of hungry little tribbles.
Hi. Oh, I had a great talk with Doc McCoy.
Oh, he's a grand man. There's
Yeah.
no doubt about that. But I tell you, now I have to show you something that you'll really find fascinating.
All right, show me the way.
All right.
Oh, look at this. Now, where are we?
We're in my engine room, my dear.
All right, what powers this engine? What powers the Starship Enterprise?
Well, the whole thing is powered by warp engines, which are run by dilithium crystals, the matter and the antimatter. And from there, of course, you get the final answer. You go into warp speed.
Kirk here.
Captain,
The impulse engine's control circuits are fused solid.
what about the warp drive control circuits?
Aye, we can cross-connect the controls, but it'd make the ship almost impossible for one man to handle.
Worry about your miracle, Scotty. I'll worry about mine. Get to work.
Aye, sir.
There is a replica, I think it's about 11-foot replica in the Smithsonian of the Starship Enterprise.
13.6 feet.
Okay, 13.6 feet.
And it is the only piece of fiction in the whole place.
What is it about this ship that is so special?
Honey, I don't know. It just has to do with an awful lot of particularly vibrant kind of love that goes on between a family of actors who portray a show and the people whose living room we enter. What else can we do but return the love? And I do my best to return it every chance I get. Certainly.
It's very special. It's what dreams are made of.
Yeah.
Being guided through these hallowed halls, you could almost forget you were on a studio lot and not hurtling millions of miles through blackest space. My next stop, the bridge to meet the crew of the Enterprise. Join me there in a couple of minutes.
And I'm Don Pardo. When last we left Joan, she was on board the Starship Enterprise, about to meet the cast of Star Trek, the same cast that's made the TV series and movies come alive, as they say. And that includes the new Star Trek movie called The Voyage Home, being filmed in San Francisco.
Spock, the rest of you stay here.
and the rest of you break up. You look like a cadet review.
This is the first time since the series when there is individual focus on the characters. When the dialogue is written for the characters. I'm talking, obviously, you know, when you're talking about the 3 starring roles, you know you're going to get very specific dialogue. But for the supporting actors as well, dialogue is indigenous to those characters. So that we each have a moment in the sun, so to speak.
Or 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Can you help us?
Please, we're looking for the naval base in Alameda. Could you tell me where the nuclear vessels are?
Ooh, I don't know if I know the answer to that. I think it's across the bay, in Alameda.
That's what I said, Alameda. I know that.
But where is Alameda?
1986, that's the 20th anniversary of Star Trek. Did any of you ever dream that you would still be doing the same characters all these years later?
Never had a doubt about it. Of course, nobody knew.
But what we were saying then was that this show probably will end after the first season because it's too good for television.
It's too good.
Yeah. There was quality that we smelled here. There was integrity that we saw here.
Yeah.
We felt the caring.
Yes, and at the same time, it follows the first law of show business. It's not only a show that has great dignity and character and quality.
Did you ever hear of a doomsday machine? No, I'm a doctor, not a mechanic. It's a weapon built primarily as a bluff. It's never meant to be used. So strong it could destroy both sides in a war.
But it follows that first law of show business, and that's to entertain. Right. It's a high adventure. We're going in peaceful exploration, but every week there was a great adventure.
Oh, we just can't stand around while our ship is being attacked. Scotty, you've got to get me some maneuvering power.
I can't repair warp drive without a space dock.
Then get me impulse power, half speed, quarter speed, anything. If we can get this Hulk moving, maybe we can do something.
Aye. The impulse engines are still in fair shape. I might coax them.
Then get moving.
New York Times did a review of you all in Star Trek 3, and they said, quote, "The regulars have learned to relax and stop trying to look as young as they did in the TV series days, and consequently, much of the poignancy of this film derives from its acknowledgement of the passing of time." How comfortable are all you with that passage of time?
Obviously, a lot of time had elapsed from the TV series to the motion picture, and we looked different. So it would have been very awkward for us to do that. But it was a continuation of that whole philosophy of Star Trek, change. And with that passage of time comes, hopefully, growth, acquisition of more knowledge, and hopefully wisdom with the passage of time, death, you know, the loss that comes with it.
Perhaps we could cover a little philosophical ground. Life, death, life, things of that nature.
I did not have time on Vulcan to review the philosophical disciplines.
Come on, Spock, it's me, McCoy.
It would be impossible to discuss the subjects without a common frame of reference.
You mean I have to die to discuss your insights on death?
There is no greater exploration thrill than space. Speaking for myself, I am constantly getting mail from young people who are now in medicine because of McCoy. And those things alone make it worthwhile to you. You think, why in the hell am I here? What am I doing? You know? But when you get a letter like that, it makes it all worthwhile.
Tomorrow, more treats for Trekkies. Joan continues her visit with the cast of Star Trek. They reminisce about their favorite episodes. And right now it's 4 minutes before 8. We'll be right back.
Tomorrow, Senator Barry Goldwater.